Y'all inside, so y'all couldn't see who was practicing.
That's right.
You see the new strategy I got going on.
It's a good one, too.
All right.
With Trent today gets
Hold on. Somebody else has to Okay?
Okay, 82 was running around there in the open part of practice. Anything you can say about it?
Well, he's getting better day by day. So that was good to see him out there run a few routes. So we'll, it's day to day, and we'll see. I'm expecting to play, but expecting last week. But it's going to be a pain tolerance, and him and Terry telling me if he's ready. If not, we got guys that go out there and got to perform.
Is it a good sign that Terry's at least letting him do what he's doing, though?
No, he's good. He's out there, feels better. It's like I told him, yesterday was only Monday, today's only Tuesday. We still got 5 days before the game.
Coach, as well as you played week 1, 5 turnovers, I think last week 4 turnovers. When you got a team that's explosive like that, how do you try to work on that?
Well, one, you don't play very well on offense when you turn the ball over, in my opinion. That's a recipe for disaster. You got to protect the ball. I talked about it, I think, yesterday in the press conference. You got to go back to fundamentals, how you hold the ball, of taking the ball, run polish, and handing it off to a running back, the little things in doing that. And then as a quarterback, you're going to throw interceptions. That happens. But unforced errors we don't like. And a lot of times our feet tell us, where we got to go with the ball. We got to do a better job fundamentally. We can't play scared. I can't go in there and say, hey, don't turn the ball over, because we still got to cut the ball loose, and we got to be able to, run mechanics and hand the ball off. But at the same time, I think it's more fundamentals than anything.
You're kind of responding to that, but how has Nick responded the last couple of days?
Nick's done good. Nick had a good practice today. There were a couple things he missed, but I thought he responded well. He responded well in the meeting yesterday, answering questions and being on top of things, and then asking some questions that we hadn't quite got to cover. But his head's in the game, and I thought he had a nice practice today. Now I got to go review the tape, but yesterday I thought he did a nice job, and today, just looking at it, I thought he did a nice job.
When you're growing to young quarterbacks, is that similar to being the father of 5?
No, I don't. I hope. I don't know. I don't know. My wife says I don't have much patience with my own kids, and they probably thought I didn't have much patience with them today. But I keep trying to tell them it's going to be hard at practice. I want to put pressure on you because you're going to feel that pressure in the game, and you got to learn to embrace it. You got to learn to go out and, hey, I'm playing the next play. I'm the man. I got it. Because you're going to mess up in the game, and if you feel pressure if you mess up, or if you feel pressure if I get onto you at practice, then I don't know if you're the one to lead the football team. So I try to apply pressure. I think they're getting used to handling that because they're going to be pressure Saturday, playing in a big-time rivalry game at what's the name of the field?
Sports
See,
Authority.
y'all don't know. Sports
Just call it Mile High.
Mile High. We're playing a big-time game at Mile High against our in-state rival. And there's going to be a little bit of pressure. But we talked about last week, you can't ever get over that hump if you're afraid. You got to embrace the fear. There's a lot on the other side. It's okay to be nervous and anxious, but can't be afraid of making mistakes.
How important is it to win this game to establish your primacy in the state?
Well, I think it's, we go out and try to win every football game, and obviously anytime you play, you've got 2 in-state rivals in CU and Air Force, and the big rival in Wyoming, and you want to win all your rival games. I'm not going to sit here and say if we don't win on Saturday, it's the end of the world, because it's not. And if we do win, we haven't arrived. We got to keep going, doing the same things we're doing every day. Do we want to win? Yes. Do we think it'll be a big boost for our program? Yes. But at the same time, it's not CSU is on top of the world if we win, or CSU is the worst program if we lose. It's a full season, and we got to keep playing.
You've been a part of a lot of rivalry games, Coach, obviously. And any history, I know you had some help with the fight song. Any history brushed up on the CU-CSU rivalry?
Well, the Centennial Cup, I got that. The players tried to get me on that and asked me that Monday in the team meeting. What's the name of that trophy? And I got that down. And, I know we didn't play for like 40 years. How many years did we not play? 25 years for a long time. And then Coach Eller said we played his senior year, and I asked him, did he win? He said no. So I've been trying to learn a little history. I know the first coach, the new coach has won the last, 3.
Yeah.
You know, so I hope that tradition continues. But we'll see. We got to go play the game. We got to play the game. Rivalry games are great for fans. Gets them involved. It's great for the excitement. Both universities to play an in-state school. It makes practices a little more upbeat. But at the end of the day, you got to go play the game. We got to execute offense, defensively, and special teams, no matter who the opponent is.
Chris Matthews gets named to the All-State Good Works team today. How long did it take you, being on campus and being around him, to find out that this was the kind of guy that you were getting on your team that was going to be a leader for you?
Probably after the first week I was here, he walked in my office, and I thought it was going to be, "Hey, Coach, how you doing? I'm Trent Matthews." And I talked to him on the phone in December, but when he came in the office and sat down, it was about an hour, and just listening to this young man talk. And it really wasn't about what we need to do in football, how we're going to be this year. It's just about him and who he is and where he's from and what he's about. You could tell he was a special kid, and really, really, really happy for him. That's a prestigious award that only 11, right? Only 11 get, and Trent is definitely deserving in my book.
Can I close with a ridiculous question? I'm
Yeah.
getting questions about, I think from Georgia people who aren't familiar with the background, who are following you. They want to know why you're wearing the Aggie hat.
Yeah, they're probably wondering why I'm wearing orange. They don't
Yeah.
understand that the Aggies, what we were agriculture.
Well, they were asking what the A was, and I couldn't
Okay.
explain, but why do you like wearing the A
Because
hat?
we won the game week 1 when I wore it, so you might not see it week 3. That's why I wore it. Okay, week 2. I thought it was a lucky hat, but it wasn't.
How are you feeling about your run game and just the overall development with those 3 guys that you're kind of rotating in and out?
I was real pleased with how we ran the ball last week. Obviously the fumble was not good. A little bit on the running back and a little bit on the quarterback in the exchange. But if you'd have told me, what we rushed 170 yards against Minnesota, I'd have said, we're probably going to win the game. But obviously their turnovers cost us in that game, and they made more plays. But I thought we improved from week 1 to week 2. I really love how Dawkins hits the hole. How he runs with power, even though he's small. Sometimes he's a little out of control when he breaks in the open field, and he's gotten a lot better at that. But the way he practices every day, that's why he plays that way on Saturday. I thought J.O. ran hard when he was in there. Sosa was kind of just getting back in the field. I thought he looked better today. And then Izzy Matthews looked good today. I think we're going to need all of those guys. And, we're going to continue to run the ball and try to be balanced. We got to do a better job of still playing with better tempo, because our tempo was terrible last week offensively, which we got to get in a rhythm. I don't think we're good enough to slow down and play well on offense.
Is that really critical in the run game, that tempo? The team you want to be.
I believe, because a lot of people run tempo and run more side-to-side zone. We're tempo and do a little bit of that, but we're tempo and downhill too. I think that gives us a little bit of advantage offensively when we can execute that. But you can't turn the ball over. You can't have penalties that slow you down offensively in what you're trying to do.
You said the offensive line missed some assignments on that last drive against Minnesota. What can they do better this week, and what adjustments have you made, if any?
Well, basically reminded them what their assignment was and told them who they were supposed to block in this protection. But there's going to be missed assignments, and guys got to make plays or be smart. Don't turn a bad play into catastrophe, which Coleman did. He didn't turn a bad play into catastrophe. He found a way to get rid of the ball and stop the clock. But we're reviewing those protections again, and we got to keep practicing. You got young guys playing that hadn't played before up front. But I feel good about where those guys are at, and that's why you practice. That's why you continue to get better. I thought we were better assignment-wise, week 1 to week 2 up front. Still not where we want to be, and we got to continue to improve.
I saw you mentioned yesterday you needed to get more players on your defensive line, kind of take the wear and tear out, Joe. And Terry was back out. Is he somebody that can kind of work into that rotation?
Yeah,
yet and help with that?
we hope so. Terry's still, waiting to get cleared. Hadn't got cleared yet, but he's out there, which is a good sign. We hope to get Terry back, and Loving Good. Then that would free up Loving Good to play some inside and outside. Martavius and Kowalik were playing outside and inside. So we got to get some help inside, and we got to play some of those guys to get Steve-O a little bit more, put Corey James down at defensive end, just to keep guys fresh, especially when we're having to play that many snaps, which the defense did on Saturday a lot in the part to the turnovers, of having short possession, especially, you basically take the ball or get the ball first and turn it over on the first play, and then them sustaining some drives in the second and fourth quarter. So we got to be able to get guys off the field so they can play.
Is DeAndre out this week?
DeAndre's out. He was out today. Hopefully he'll be back out tomorrow. He's not out officially yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.